Hiya all you wonderful wondering wonders. How's everybody been? How did you enjoy Easter? Well, it's not long to go before the kids go back to school, so I think that's a really good thing. But I hope everybody enjoyed, the festive things that they do and the events over Easter. The Easter show has now finished, so until next year. So, anyway, let's get down to, the him-ha niggle of things. Well, where do we start? Where do I start? There's, since 2019, it's just been mind-boggling and devastating. I was thinking yesterday, because over Easter, you do, you tend to think about things, well, at least I do. And I don't celebrate Easter, I don't go out and buy seafood, and I don't go to church, because I believe that on Friday is when Jesus, that's what, I don't call Jesus, I say the Holy One. But a lot of people choose to say Jesus. Now, with Jesus on Friday, he was rounded up and persecuted, and there was the only people that really celebrated on that day were the Romans and the sinners. So I don't believe that, and there was certainly, I dare say, no meals for the people that really, mourn for Jesus. I don't think, and I don't believe they went down to their rivers and fished and got seafood and went home and cooked and had celebrations. I don't believe that they did that. I believe the Romans did that, but not the real people that believed and were the followers of Jesus and in his faith. So I don't believe that. So that's why I don't do that on the Friday. And Saturday, well, is the Passover of Jesus, from his crucifixion and being embedded on the cross. And as I said, the Passover, and then Sunday is where he walked again and entered heaven. And I believe a lot of people, and it's lovely to see that, there's so much with ceremonies and religious events over Easter, and when Sunday comes, there's those great ceremonies and events in big churches, and thousands of people go, and then they go home and they have a meal, and it's kind of done and dusted for that next year. And for me, I don't believe in that. I believe that for me, myself, I've had Jesus in my life, all my life. And so every day is, for me, I walk in Jesus's contentment, peace and harmony, love and understanding for all creatures, great and small. So I don't pick out certain dates and certain, ceremonies and certain things that come up on the calendar to celebrate that. Every day I celebrate that, and I allow Jesus into my life since I was a little girl. So for me to, to go out to do that sort of thing, I don't believe, because I believe every day we should be doing that, So I just wanted to get that across. That's why I didn't do an Easter tube, if people were wondering, and I've got a lot of subscribers now. If you're wondering why I didn't, that's the reason why. Because I do believe that through Jesus being crucified on the Friday, there were no meals, as I said. The only ones that did that and celebrated were the sinners and also the Romans. They were the ones that did that. So, but anyway, that's just something I wanted to get off my chest and just explain to you guys why I didn't do a Christmas tube. Excuse me. Now, I've got that. Now, there's another thing I want to say, and I put a tube out there, one of my tubes, stating that, you know, like Anthony Albanese is just he's human, you know, and he seems to be doing a lot of bloops and blunders, and okay, he's being a bit fried on the TV with the news and other people that really want to stick their little voodoo pin into the voodoo doll of, you know, Anthony Albanese. And I think that's wrong because, okay, he's done some bloops and blunders. He's realised that, but he's not running away from the fight. And, you know, he's trying to do his best and put himself out there and his party for the Australian people, I believe, and I believe in him. I just wanted to say that because, you know, we've got so many prime ministers that have been labelled with their little nicknames like ScoMo, you know, Elbow. Was there a Hawkey? What did we have for? What did we have for Julia Gillard? Gilly? Gardy? Or what? What did we have for, you know, what did we have for the others? I mean, they're little nicknames. And see, it's nothing wrong with the nicknames that we give them, but it's how they're used, in what context they're used, and how they're said. And I found some, and I do watch a hell of a lot of Paul Murray, Q&A, Insight, the ABC News, you name it, National Press Club. You got no idea what I watch and I study. I really do, because I get into that. But anyway, and one thing I found with the Paul Murray and Paul Murray himself, excuse me, I got a cough, is that the other night, you know, like something come up on his channel and they were really giving it to Anthony Albanese, you know, and elbow, you know, like it's not been labelled a nickname, it's how you use it. And some people are really using it in such a way, it's offensive. You know, it's offensive for a voter, a person, you know, out of millions of people that live here, you know, in Oz. It would be offensive because it's not, you know, good day elbow, it's you bloody elbow, or, you know, he's copying offensive language, he's been booed, he's been labelled like a dickhead, and he's not. He's a very intelligent person, I do believe. It's just that he's not been given a chance. So when Paul Murray and other people around there get their little dolls out and stick it into the, you know, little, whether it be a ScoMo little voodoo doll, or Anthony Albanese, or a Tony Abbott doll, or whatever, it's not been, you know, it's not, you know, the nickname, it's how you use it and in what context, you know, and sometimes it can be really nasty how it's put. So I just wanted to put it out there, Paul Murray, if you ever come across my tubes, this is to you and a few other people out there, that I find that the way you use certain nicknames for people, and especially at the moment with Anthony Albanese, I think it's real, you know, like give him a go. He's human. He's going to make mistakes. He's nervous. You know, what can you say? You know, but don't keep kicking him down, you know, every time he's down, giving him that kick so he stays down. That's not very nice. And that's not Australian, is it? I don't think so. But anyway, so that's one thing off my chest, which feels good. Anyway, another thing is that I want to, well, as I said, this year has been a real in-depth thinking year, hasn't it? Who does not disagree? Do you disagree with that? No, you couldn't. Because since 2019, we've been in turmoil. If it hasn't been one thing, it's been another. And it's just like, it's devastating in lots of ways. And now with what's happened and what is happening with Ukraine, and with the war set upon Ukraine by Russia, Vladimir Putin, the spineless coward, it's now escalating to a point where it's, how can you say, it's, I mean, for people that live around the world and that aren't affected by war, when you see it on TV and one thing or another, it doesn't really hit home, does it? But the more it goes on, the more it sets in for being real. Because I believe, I could be wrong, but I think everybody, you know, a lot of people would think like this, that we're in a point now and in time where everything that we value, everybody values in the world, is now very much in a pendulum swing. Because we've had World War One and Two. Now, only the real old people and the old diggers would know what it was like, and the people that lived those wars. But from the generation up, from the 70s, we wouldn't. And just to think that we could be in a war would be, I don't know, it's scary. It's just so bloody scary, you know. And as I said, this year is just so much into deep thinking about everything and what's happening and where it's leading to. And now with Vladimir Putin, he's given an ultimatum, basically, to the world and to NATO, basically that if you don't butt out, then we're beyond for young and old. And the people, the leaders of NATO, they're trying to hold peace. They're trying to hold it, as well as show support for Ukraine and their sovereignty and their country and their people and the land there. And now they're being threatened with the support that they have, you know. And I think that's so scary. It makes you shiver, because we're in a no-win situation. The whole world is in a no-win situation, I believe. That we can't, people, NATO, leaders, the whole world couldn't turn their back on Ukraine. And for the first couple of weeks of war, they were getting annihilated left, right and centre. How many people have died? How many children have died? How many animals? Look at the land. Look what's happened. Now in Mariupol, look what's happening there. And they're being given an ultimatum: you surrender or it's time to die. You will be slaughtered. That I go to bed every night lately just gazing out the window and looking at the moon in the dead of night when there's no noise, no nothing, and your mind goes, because you just think of those people there, what it would be like. They're facing the cold, the freezing, the winters are coming. there's no food, and what food and support they had, they're now being blocked or blown up or tortured or been raped or everything of the above. You couldn't imagine. We couldn't imagine people that are living in safe countries. But how safe are we? How safe are we? And I think the leaders of NATO now are starting to realise that we're not safe. The whole world's not safe because, see, give an inch, take a mile, and that's what Putin, I think, does want to do. Give an inch, take a mile, and he wants it all. And he's not going to stop. And that, to me, is he worse than Hitler? Yeah, I think. I don't know. Hitler was the worst, evilest person, and what he did was, it's unbearable. And millions of people died, And now, with this person, Vladimir Putin, he wants that too. And he doesn't only just want it for one country, one sovereignty. He wants the whole entire world. So this is not an in-depth time to be thinking about things in 2022. I don't know what year would have been or what year will be if it's not now. And I did also another tube with saying where was the Pope. Well, he's finally showed his head and did a ceremony and so forth. I watched that. I wasn't impressed because it's like he was being suppressed in some way. He didn't throw everything that he had into his ceremony, and even though he blessed a lot of things and in Ukraine and whatever else, but I didn't see it. And that's my personal opinion. So even there, is religion being attacked also? Is that trying to be suppressed? Are they trying to suppress, dim down something so they don't upset or offend anybody? It makes you think, doesn't it, really, about that? And it makes you think about the people that are now in Mariupol. If they don't surrender, they'll be slaughtered. And all I want to say is that people in Ukraine, if you're hearing this and it comes across to you people, please, all my blessings will go out to you. And I hope that some miracle will happen and this won't happen to you people. That's my hope for you. If I had a magic wand, I know what I'd do, but I don't. And I think my thoughts, my prayers, my love go out to all you people and the children and the animals and everybody involved in this war. And I think that a lot of people would feel that way too. So if you're lucky to hear this, please, that's all I can say. And go with my blessings. And may there be something magical that protects you people, your land. So that's just one thing I also want to say, you guys, which I think is very important, that we keep the prayers and thoughts and love alive and hope for Ukraine and the people that are fighting this war and this evil, spineless coward Vladimir Putin, It's a year for really thinking, isn't it, everybody? I truly do believe that. Anyway, that's really basically everything I needed to talk about. So I'll wind it up. But one other thing, if you've been watching my other tube on Touchdown it's called, is that I've said to you guys I'm on 95 subscribers now. So I'm waiting till I hit the 100 subscribers, and I'll be giving away a food voucher and a petrol voucher only here in Oz. So it's not for overseas or anything. And for the most person that comments, interacts, of course, subscribes, comments. So when that happens, I'll update you people, and you know, be a good thing to look forward to. I really, as I said, I do appreciate all my viewers and people that watch my YouTube, because without you guys I couldn't do it. Really couldn't do it. But I enjoy doing it, and I think you guys enjoy me too. Anyway, that's that. Another thing, people, there's a lot of coughs in society, including myself. Got a bit of a cough. Do be aware, do be careful what you do. Remember your masks, your sanitizers, your vaccination. If you believe in boosters, get them. Your flu shot, which is really important because winter's just around the corner, remember. And also your Vicks defense, okay, because that's really good, I believe that. This is a religion in my life, I can tell you that. But anyway, alright everybody, look after yourself, like, subscribe and comment from me, Planet Australia, and I'll say my 4 codes: respect, dignity, honour and integrity. That'll serve you well, and faith of course. But until then, keep cool and chill out. See you later everybody.